Hello, I'm young adult author Diane Billas. I live in the Philadelphia area in the United States, and I wrote Does Love Always Win? It's a young adult sapphic romance novel. So it begins the first day of senior year, and Shorty, she's the main character, can't get into any of the guys that she's been dating. But as student council president, she has to show around the new girl, Kristy. And they start to get closer to each other, and Shorty begins to develop a crush on her. She tells her best friend about this crush, but her ex-boyfriend, who's super bitter about the way they broke up, overhears the entire conversation and starts to blackmail her that he's going to out her to her parents and the school. So Shorty has to overcome this blackmail scheme to get her dream girl, Kristy. So today I'm going to read an excerpt from this. It's in near the beginning of the novel where Shorty just had a first date with this new guy she's been dating, Zack. And afterwards, it's still not great. And so she's confiding in Kristy, the new girl, about this. Kristy was already in her seat, her eyes following me as I sat down. I went to turn on my iPad when I heard, "So how was the movie?" I sighed. I really didn't feel like reliving last night. "You were right. We didn't watch it." I turned around to glare at Kristy. She sported a forest green low-cut t-shirt with a leather jacket over top, tight black jeans, and combat boots. She was dressed as if she was going to stylishly rob a bank. Her angular red hair was tucked behind one of her ears. My inspection of Kristy's outfit took longer than was probably socially acceptable. He crept up my neck as I quickly looked away. "With all your boyfriends, I would have thought you would have figured out by now watch a movie meant make out." I thought maybe it would be different since it was a first date, but no such luck. "Oh, and he's officially my boyfriend now." Kristy silently assessed me. "If you don't want to kiss him, then why are you his girlfriend? You don't understand. I know I like him. Almost my entire life, I've always wanted to date him, and now I finally am," I said, exasperated. Before she could say anything else, Mrs. Jacobs started taking attendance. I stared off into space and wished I could crawl back into bed and never have to face Zack or Kristy again. Why was I so worried about Kristy and what she thought? After homeroom was finished, I gathered my belongings and tried to scoot out when Kristy placed her hand on my shoulder. "We're both in Mr. T's class, so we might as well walk together." "Okay, yeah, sure." After a few steps down the hallway, Kristy broke the silence. "What's really going on? You're like a completely different person today." I woke up in a bad mood. I don't feel like being here and dealing with life. This school year already isn't going the way I expected. I get that. I for sure had those mornings when nothing seems to be okay. That's exactly how I feel. After a second, I added, "Sorry I bit your head off earlier, but I keep getting a ton of unsolicited advice. I thought once Zack asked me out, I'd be all happy and have everything I ever wanted. But Zack is like all the rest of the guys and just wants to make out. I don't get it. Why is everyone so obsessed with kissing when it's so boring?" I said, throwing my hands in the air. "It's only boring when you haven't found the right person to kiss." Kristy gave me a side glance and quickly looked ahead when I met her eyes. So you can find more about me and Does Love Always Win on my website, dianebillas.com. And Does Love Always Win is actually available on Amazon in the UK and Waterstones. So thanks for listening to me read from Does Love Always Win?